Welcome back, attractive and well-educated watchers, to Doki Doki Literature Club. Last time, it was a cool episode or whatever, but then Chungus exploded. So, please leave an F in the comments to pay respects. That being said, because we lost Chungus, we lost all of our Doki Doki Literature Club stuff, but that's okay. We can probably try to get on this again. Enter our name, PhilosoShy. Bam, let's do this. We promised our friend that we're going to Doki Doki Literature Club all the way to the end. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but kind of just works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up with me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say it like that. You were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, PhilosoShy. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. A generic giggle that we're not going to reproduce. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, PhilosoShy, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you'd join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Ugh, super real. Uh-huh. I was talking about it, about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Never educated, employed, or trained, we believe is NEET. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. To school! The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Obviously. Hello! Sayori? Sayori must have come to the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you before coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Oh, meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. How could you be vice president of anything, girlfriend? Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please! Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. childish high school giggle. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. It's the latter. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. See, we're even doing a silly voice this time for the girls, so you guys can't say we don't try for you. We've actually been told for like weeks now that we have to do voices, and we have to do special voices, and we're like, no. But you guys are lucky, because today, we don't know, we guess we kind of feel like it. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. My gosh. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you... sorry, wrong voice. I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you, says Girl 1. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere, says Girl 2. Ah, PhilosoShy, what a nice surprise, says Girl 3. Welcome to the club. ... All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Boom! Generic dating sim introduction going on. No. Everybody who's been watching the series so far knows this is not a generic dating sim. This is a psychological horror game. It's not for kids. It's very disturbing. Do not watch if you're scared easily. But at least at first, it tricks you into thinking it's a dating sim with all the girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody, Sayori says, that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri appears comparably more mature and timid. She seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. Pardon. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. Geez, we're screwing up on all of the voices here. We're sorry, guys. It's great to see you again, PhilosoShy. Monica smiles sweetly because she is, the classic perfect girl. Rarely talk, but we're in the same class. Probably the most popular girl. Smart, beautiful, and athletic. Oh, that's good. Basically completely out of my league, of course. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, PhilosoShy. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table, as Sayori mentioned. It's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take my seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Nice! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears. That sounds awesome. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full, and already has managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she's made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Not like I made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did, Sayori said. Well, maybe, but not for you, dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic. It's tsundere. It's the tsundere card. She's just pulling the tsundere card all game long. And dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole set of tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? That's true, actually, yeah. Don't let yourself get intimidated by Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? Afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Whoa, are you serious? So we must have not caught that the first time through. So she's smart, beautiful, athletic, and was the leader of the debate club. So she's sharp of tongue too. Like, man, this girl's super out of our league. Well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing around the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Wow, it's because they're all murderers or something like that. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they're also delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, PhilosoShy, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. Right? Best girl? Right, best girl. Yuri is best girl. That's our opinion. We're sticking to it. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Go figure. Good stuff. We write fantasy worlds, so... And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Ah, I read a horror book once. Yeah, we read Call of Cthulhu once. At the Mountains of Madness, though, we just cannot get through the first half of that book. It's so dry. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? Well, you left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give it back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You would like them.
Oh, not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. ... I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Oh, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay, I have an idea, everyone. ...
Question mark? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. ...
Yeah,
let's do it,
says the Genki girl.
Plus, now we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, PhilosoShy?
Oh, well, if the club leader says, yeah, hold on, there's still one problem.
What's that?
Now we're back to the original topic. I bluntly come forth. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have the other clubs to look at, and, the faces. Oh, geez, look at those. It's the 4 times stare. I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Look at that. Concern. Misfortune. Shock. Disapproval. My God. Jeez. It's the tetrarchy of disappointment.
But, I'm sorry, I thought, PhilosoShy?
You all, geez, look at them. We can't. How are we supposed to make a clear-headed decision when the tetrarchy of disappointment is looming over us? If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day of my life with these beautiful girls, right, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. But that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay then, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Monica looks over at me once more.
PhilosoShy, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing how this becomes a psychological horror game. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey PhilosoShy, since we're already here, do you want to talk? Or do you want to walk home together?
That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be spending every day after school in literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Or all of them. Or get murdered, you know. It's a possibility, just saying. Alright, I'll just need to make most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I'm guessing that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay, sure, yeah. And now we have our game, new game's first poem. It's time to write a poem. Pick the words of your favorite club member. Alright, so we're gonna try to keep it even here. Electrifying is for Yuri, so we have 1 on Yuri, okay? We should actually have, one moment, we got this. We got a pen. We're gonna do this proper like. Okay, does the pen work? Okay, so Yuri, Natsuki, we like and Sayori the Genki girl. Genki girl is like girl next door, for the record. Okay, so we have 1 for Yuri. Alright. Bunny, cute things for Natsuki, because even if she's tsundere, she's still cute. Okay, Melody is 2 Natsuki, so we gotta go for Sayori. Sunny for Sayori, okay. Romance for Sayori. Heartbeat for Natsuki. Okay, we thought that would be a little more serious. Massacre for Yuri. Okay, so we're 2 Yuri, 3 Natsuki. Right. Sayori likes sad things, so she likes death. The universe for Yuri. Okay. We like to stay determined, so we're pretty much always gonna choose that one no matter what. Alright. So we're at 433. Okay, Natsuki likes fantasy, so that's 443. Feather for Sayori. Okay, so we're at 444 now. We're trying to even it out every time. Hopeless for Sayori. Effulgent for Yuri. Lollipop for Natsuki. Alright, so we're 555 now. Suicide for Yuri, because that's the kind of girl she is, we guess. Forgive for Sayori. Okay. So let's get Pure for Natsuki. So we've got 6 apiece now. Lust. Ooh, Yuri likes lust. Alright. And so we suppose at this point it doesn't really matter as long as we choose Natsuki or Sayori. And in general we like Sayori a little bit more. She's the Genki girl. So we're gonna Dazzle. Okay, so we chose Sayori. So that's 4 for, that's 7 for Yuri and Sayori, 6 for Natsuki. And we'll figure out the results next time. Hi again, PhilosoShy. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word honest male anime visual novel protagonist here. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, PhilosoShy. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year.